Hey guys, it's Jenny, and this is our slow flow class. And today I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about how my manifestation and co-creation has changed recently. I feel like since the beginning of January, that energy has really shifted for me, and it's taken on a new way of manifesting itself in my life. In the past, it seemed like when I was doing my co-creative process or my manifestation process, there was a lot of like visualization involved. There was a lot of knowing exactly where I wanted to go and the goals that I needed to accomplish to get to that place. And then I would move into that space of accomplishing those goals and starting that journey of drawing that reality into my physical being and into this physical realm. And it's really changed for me a lot in the way that I manifest and co-create. And I think that's because we moved into this, we've talked about time and time again in my classes how we're moving into this new portal of existence, this new realm that we've stepped into, this new physical plane. And in that space, everything is different. We can't take the old ways of doing things into the new space. So there's whole new ways of engaging in a lot of these things. And the way that has manifested for me is that it's no longer about like me choosing and me deciding where I want to go as much as it is me opening up fully and completely to my intuition and listening to what the next thing is. So I'll explain it to you a little bit better. It's more like I just have to be receptive and open. And when the time is right, the thing that is meant for me in that moment, it's not any more about planning way out in the future. It's more about what is meant for me in the moment. And as I'm receptive and open, those things are literally just divinely given to me. The key to it is that I have to be receptive. I have to be open to receive that information. I have to be connecting to my higher self on a regular basis through meditation, prayer, mantra, whatever it is that I choose to do for my particular practice that I do daily. That's usually when those kinds of feelings come to me, those thoughts, those knowledges, because I'm literally communicating with my spirit. And when I'm in those spaces of engaging in my practice, I'm receptive and I'm listening and I'm present and I'm still to hear the message that is meant for me in that very moment. And so now it's like all these huge ideas, these new things that I never would have even dreamed I would be doing or thinking about doing are divinely communicated to my heart space, to that part of my being. And there's no more of like the visualization of having to accomplish it or any of these things. All of the resources are already there. Everything is already there for me just to directly engage into things and to start doing it. So everything is already available to me. I don't have to draw the resources into my experience and become the magnet for that stuff because I already am the magnet. I've already drawn it in. I've already created this journey of manifestation and co-creation in this relationship. I've established this relationship with my higher being to the degree that it's changed completely the way that manifestation and co-creation is taking place. So I just wanted to communicate that with you guys because I feel like this is probably happening for other people too, where things are changing. You know, the old ways of doing it, where we used to dream the dream, where we used to do a lot of visualization and even affirmation and things of that nature that allowed us to become in alignment with the vibration of the thing. I think our vibration has already shifted into the place now. We're already of the vibration. So now it's about opening up and being receptive to all possibility, not having any judgment about it, trusting ourselves, trusting that higher aspect of our being, that when we get that message, that idea, that new thing that sparks that fire in our heart, that we're willing to say yes, that we're willing to say, yes, that's mine to birth into this time and space. That's mine to birth into this physical realm. That's the special role, that niche space for me that is meant for me, that not a lot of other people are going to be able to communicate the same way I am within that space and reach that audience and reach those other individuals within that area. So we have to be open-minded. We have to be willing to change. We have to be willing to change the way that we've been doing things in the past so that we can birth this new thing into life. When we say yes, that means we have to overcome our fears over whatever it is that we've created in our mind or in our heart or in our body that says that we have limitations that are going to keep us from fully engaging in that space and being successful. So then we just have to fully give ourselves over to it. We say yes, we fully give ourselves over to it, trusting in our higher spirit and the communication that we're having with that part of our being that's saying, this is the next best space. This is the highest and greatest good that you can fulfill within this moment. And that's really what I feel like my co-creation has become. It's about what is going to be the best possible offering that I can give in this moment. I'm not going to know it by creating it within my own mind and my own heart anymore. No, I have this direct connection to divine now, or great spirit, source energy. And through that direct connection, that energy, that information is just going to be downloaded into my being at the exact right time, at the exact right place, which allows me to be more present. It allows me to focus more of my energy and attention on the things that are really needing my time and focus and my attention within that moment, and not focusing on the future so much, not focusing on the past, but focusing on right now. And it's been really beautiful and amazing. And I've had some of the most amazing downloads and thoughts about what does that mean for me specifically. And so I would encourage you guys right now, if you're not aware of how that's shifted or changed for you in your practice and how your manifestation and co-creation is potentially different now, give it a shot and just pay more attention, be more present, make more opportunities to connect, to create that divine connection, that source connection with all that universal energy, and really work to be open and receptive to any information that is laid in your heart, and recognizing that there's no stress, there's no tension, there's no frustration if you're not receiving these ideas every single moment, right? And trusting and relying in the fact that you're going to know what you need to know when you need to know it. Everything's in divine order. Everything's happening exactly as it should all the time. And then when we give ourselves over to that, and we know that our higher self is going to communicate to us what we need to be focusing our attention in each and every moment, then we can relax into our life experience. We can be more playful and engage on a level that is less stressed out, less focused on, our attention doesn't have to be spread in so many different directions. I think this is really exciting. It's a really cool way that this new space is asking us to engage with it, to trust, to really move with the flow, the natural flow of life, to not have to figure everything out all by ourselves. We're not having to figure out everything all by ourselves. We're just open to receive that highest and greatest good all the time. And in knowing I'm aligned with that thing, I'm aligned with that universal energy of all of that beauty. And so I'm really excited about that. And I think that the more we practice this, the more we're receptive, the more we know that that's how this is going to work for us potentially, and you guys can comment and tell me, like, how has it been working different for you? Have you noticed a change? Have you noticed there's something different, going on as far as that's concerned with you and your personal life? I would love to hear that. But today, let's just work on our mat on being open to whatever those new ideals are. What is that? Even if you don't feel like you're particularly connected to spirit, great spirit, divine, higher self, then let's work on that today. Let's work on opening up those connections and availabilities for that communication to occur, those downloads to come and just anchor themselves into our being, right? And then we get the chance from that space to anchor that energy into the earth, into this time and space, into the physical realm. When we anchor that energy into this physical realm, we give more people that invitation, that availability to also tap into that energy as well. We're creating that energetic invitation. It's such a beautiful, amazing thing that we don't even have to speak. We can just do that work of our own spirit, of our own being, and literally shift the energy of the rest of the world, right? So I'm really excited to kind of think about that today, engage in that, and think about how that's working differently for you, realizing it doesn't have to be so much work anymore. It doesn't. It's just about establishing that relationship with the Great Spirit, divine. Establish that relationship. Be so deeply connected that you're aligned to that energy so intimately that those downloads can directly occur into your being, and that all the resources are already available. And then all you have to do from that point is take the conscious actions and make the conscious choices that create the reality of that thing. Okay? Then we just say yes. Yes, with unabandoned, no judgment, full, complete trust. We say yes to that thing, and we take those actions knowing that everything we need is going to be there, and it's going to be such a beautiful, amazing gift to this time and space. So we're going to get started with our slow flow. So let's go ahead and start by grounding into our comfortable, easy seated posture. And I always love to say, just to let your body take you into posture. The body wants the fullness of this experience. It wants to draw you into that position that is most receptive for all of the beautiful things that you might receive on your mat today. So trust your body, give it permission to draw you into your most aligned, connective posture. Rooting into the earth through those sits bones and all of those points of contact from the body to the earth. Rooting and grounding yourself into this time and space. As you're sending those roots deep into the earth's crust, also visualizing all of those energies that you're consciously focusing your attention on right now, that you're anchoring into this physical realm. The ones that are of the quality of your highest and greatest good, we're going to celebrate those. We're going to further anchor those energies. The ones that you're not completely loving anchoring into this time and space right now, it's maybe not where you want your attention to be, not necessarily the energy you want to anchor into this time and space, letting it go through those roots. Letting it go. Choose not to carry it anymore. Choose not to engage in it anymore. Dropping the shoulders back and down so that that heart space can radiate forward. Allowing the collarbones to lift up towards the chin, and then tucking the chin ever so slightly back and down. Nice singular line through that spinal column for that energy to rise up, circling around that spinal column so it can draw itself up and out of the crown. Release the belly so that on the inhalation, the belly rises up away from the body. And then on the exhalation, drawing the navel towards the spine, fully expelling all of that stagnant air, oxygen out of those lungs. Every time you inhale, you're not just breathing in air, you're breathing in that cosmic energy that creates the entire fabric of the universe. Even your own being, your own energetic being, is that cosmic energy. So you're enlivening, allowing it to be more vibrant. That cosmic being that is who and what you truly are, that soul space energy. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale. And then exhale, drop those hands outside of those hips, just gently framing those hips and resting those fingertips into the earth. The hands are tinted. Inhale, arms come overhead. Reaching those fingertips up into the sky, lots of length in the body, and then turn the palms away from each other and exhale, press it away. Grounding your energy all the way down towards the earth. Inhale up. palms of the hands come towards each other, compressing all of that universal energy, that beautiful cosmic energy between those hands. Exhale, press the palms away from each other, grounding the energy, stabilizing. This is my time, this is my space. Inhale up, compress all of that cosmic energy between the palms of the hands. Feel the pulsation of the energy between the palms of the hands. Allow it to become more dense as you draw those palms together. Closer, closer, closer until you take the palms of the hands to touch. Just fully compress that energy between the palms of the hands. Drop those prayer hands in front of your heart space. Take those thumbs and press them into your heart. Anchor those thumbs into the heart space, anchoring that energy, that universal energy, that all possibility, all miracles, all amazing opportunities, all of the energy that you're meant to birth into this time and space. Anchor it into your heart. Allow it to pour itself inside, filling you up completely. From the tip of your toes to the top of your head, visualizing it as beautiful golden light or a pink glittery light or rainbow light, whatever it is, it makes you feel so alive, so radiant, so vibrant. Inhale and reach those fingertips back into the sky, keeping those hands in prayer pose. Reach those prayer pose hands up as high as you comfortably can. And then exhale, drop your left hand behind your left glute. Right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Take a gentle spinal twist here. You can gaze over your left shoulder if it feels safe on the neck, but never pressing into pain, tingling, or numbness, remembering that this is your practice. And as we're practicing at home, I can't have my eyes on you, making sure you're in a safe posture. So you have to learn to listen to your body. Listen to your body and never press yourself into that place of pain or tingling or numbness. Untwist the spine, draw those hands back into the sky. Take those palms to touch, reaching those fingertips up towards the sun. Exhale, dropping the right hand behind the right glute. Left hand comes to the outside of the left knee and gazing over the right shoulder if it feels safe on the neck. If it doesn't, allow yourself to have that neutral gaze. Inhale, arms come back up into the sky. Press those hands together. Inhale deeply. Exhale, we're going to cactus out those arms. Inhale, reach those hands into the sky, palms are face forward. We're going to exhale, hinging forward from those hips. We're going to drop those palms into the earth in front of us as far out as we comfortably can. Inhale, rolling up through the spine, drawing those hands back up towards the body. Inhale, arms come up. Reach those fingertips into the sky. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Drop that third eye space towards the earth. And inhale, roll it up. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhaling out. 1 more time at your own pace. Take those hands to rest on those knees so that we can come into our Sufi grind. Inhale deeply. Exhaling and hinging forward from those hips. And take that Sufi grind in whatever direction feels most comfortable and safe to you today. We're rotating the entirety of our upper body around those sits bones that are grounding us, anchoring us into the earth. Again, being mindful of what energies am I choosing right now through my attention, that I'm focusing on the things in my life. What are those energies that I'm anchoring into this time and space right now? Are they of the quality of energy that I want to continue to experience more of? Inhaling from the front to the back. Exhaling from the back to the front, always synchronizing our breath with our movement. When you find yourself towards the front of the rotation, draw it in the opposite direction. Come back to center on your next inhalation. Take a couple breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. On your next inhalation, coming up on your hands and knees in your tabletop position. And just take a moment to shift those hips side to side, waking up that body for the rest of our practice. Then inhale, come back to center, ensuring that your shoulders are stacked on top of the wrists, hips are stacked on top of the knees. Spine is nice and straight and long all the way to the crown of the head, shining in the front of the room. Gaze is in the earth between those hands. We're going to come into those cat-cow stretches. Inhale deeply, lifting the tailbone, dropping the belly, and lifting the gaze. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, rounding through the spine, taking the chin to the chest. Inhaling into your cow. Exhaling into your cat. Just continuing on with that gentle fluid movement at your own pace, allowing that movement to start at the tip of the tailbone and work towards the crown of the head. So that you have that beautiful fluid movement. One more time. And then come back into your tabletop position. From this tabletop position, we're going to come into our Malasana posture. So we're going to come up on those feet. We're going to open up those hips here. So those toes can be out at a 45-degree angle. Feet are going to be a little bit more or less than hips width distance apart, depending on how your body is so beautifully and wonderfully created. We're going to take those elbows just inside of those knees. Hands come in prayer pose and take a couple deep breaths. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable, focusing on that third eye space. Receptive, open, connected. Then we're going to open our eyes. We're going to take our left hand to the front of our right shin bone, and we're going to reach up through our right arm. Reach those fingertips up into the sky. You can take your gaze up towards those fingertips if it feels safe on the neck, or you can take a gentle bind here, reaching those fingertips towards your left hip. and gazing over the right shoulder. Just listen to your body and whatever feels good to you this morning. Make sure that shoulder, elevated shoulder, is dropped back and down so that the heart space can rotate and expose itself, shining itself forward. On your next exhalation, releasing those hands back down, we're going to take those right hands and gently rest it on the shin bone of the left leg, and we're going to reach up through the left arm this time. Exhale, drop that hand down. You can grasp onto that shin bone once again so that those arms are crossed over each other, or you can take those hands into prayer pose, whichever feels best to you. We're going to do a couple little glute drops here, okay? So we're going to lift our glutes up, exhale, drop it down, inhale up, exhale down. We don't want to really bounce. We want to have this be a really conscious movement. So we're inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down. One more time. Let it go. Shift those hips side to side as you take those hands into prayer pose. You're going to shift your weight from one side to the other. Now we're going to plant those palms into the earth. Inhale, press the glutes up into the sky. Walk those feet out just a little bit. And we're going to walk those hands forward, taking you into your downward facing dog. So walk those hands up just a little bit. Reposition that body so that you're in that super comfortable downward facing dog position, that pyramid pose. This pose is meant to generate energy within our being, just like a pyramid. We're becoming the antenna for that divine energy, allowing it to fill us up. Fully receptive. Ready to channel that divine energy into our life, into the physical realm. Take a deep breath. We're going to anchor through our right hand, and if it feels comfortable and safe, you're going to take your left hand to the outside of your right calf. Gentle twist with this downward dog, three-legged twist. Release that hand back down into the earth. Inhale, come up on the toes. Exhale, drop the heels into the earth. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. One more time at your own pace. Anchor through the left hand. Right hand comes to the outside of the right calf. You can gaze underneath the left armpit if it feels safe on the neck. Release that hand back down into the earth. Inhale up on the toes. Exhale, come down. 2 more times. Take your gaze towards the top of your mat. Jump, float, or step towards the top. I want you to hang in your forward fold for a moment. Take those hands, gently resting the pinkies into opposite elbows or keeping the fingertips resting into the earth. You can shift your weight from one side to the other. Or remain in stillness. Just listen to your body. Most importantly, releasing the weight of the crown of the head to the earth. Allow it to hang. Really, really, really slow. With a lot of grace and ease and intention. We're going to inhale, rise up. Using that core strength. Arms come overhead. Exhale, cactus out the arms. Inhale, reach those fingertips into the sky. Take those hands into prayer pose so that those fingertips are reaching into the sky. You can even cross your thumbs over each other if that makes it feel more comfortable and safe. And we're going to inhale, lengthen through the spine. Drop the fingertips and the gaze towards the ceiling if it feels safe on the neck. Exhale, swan diving forward. Inhale, rising up. Take those hands into that prayer pose, crossing the thumbs over each other if you want to. It's like a reverse dive. Exhale, bend back. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale up. Exhale, back bend. If it feels safe on your spine and neck. Inhale to center and then exhale, hinging forward from those hips. One more time at your own pace. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, releasing the left hand down to the left thigh. Inhale, lengthen through the spine and reach across through those right fingertips towards the left wall. Inhale, take it to the opposite side, releasing the right hand down to the right thigh, reaching the left fingertips towards the right wall. Inhale up. Left hand finds the left thigh. We're going to take a gentle bounce this time. Inhale and take it to the opposite side on your next exhalation. Bouncing. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, we're going to come into that chair pose. I cannot talk, you guys. I'm trying to do it. Fierce pose. That's what I was trying to say. Bend those knees. Anchor the tailbone towards the earth. Keep that pelvis tucked underneath your body. We don't want that duck butt. So make sure that pelvis is tucked underneath you. As you reach those fingertips up into the sky, take a gentle bounce. Inhale, reach through those fingertips. Exhale, drop those hands down, Samastahiti. We're going to take our left elbow, cross it over our left thigh, and take a gentle spinal twist. You can open up through those arms if you want to, or keep those hands in prayer pose, thumbs anchored in the heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, inhale deeply. Exhale, take it to the opposite side. Inhale up. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, cactus out those arms. Inhale, fingertips rise into the sky. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Inhaling, half lift. And exhale, release those hands down into the earth. One more time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, fingertips come into the sky. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips, swan diving forward. Inhale, half lift, crown of the head shining forward. Exhale, release those fingertips into the earth. Step it forward. Come into your downward facing dog. Take a couple deep breaths. And then starting on the left side, we're going to inhale, lift up through the left leg. Exhale, bend the knee, rotate the ankle. Inhale, lengthen through that leg. Exhale, pulling it all the way through for your low lunge. Remaining high on the toes or dropping that heel down into the earth. Toes are out at a 45-degree angle. Just listen to your body. Inhale, rising up into your warrior one. Make sure those hip points are pointed forward towards the front of the room. You don't want your right hip cocked out to the side. You want both hips pointed forward, grounded into that posture. Drop that heel down into your mat if you haven't already. And we're going to lengthen through the front leg. Cartwheel those hands down. Start with the right. Swing it down. Follow with the left. Plant it down to the outside of the left foot. Follow up with the right hand. Release it into the earth. Take a couple deep breaths. Drop the forehead towards the shin bone or the knee of the left leg. On your next inhalation, we're going to kick it forward, come up off of that right foot. And if you can, we're going to lengthen through those arms. Reach those fingertips forward, kicking out through the back leg. If you can take it in and kick it out. And then we're going to drop back down onto that back foot. Toes are going to be at that 45-degree angle. Front toes are pointed forward. Inhale, lift those fingertips up into the sky and come back down into that warrior one posture. We're going to cartwheel down. Start with the right hand. Follow with the left. Plant it to the outside of the left foot. And then drop the right hand to the inside arch of the right foot, framing that foot with both hands. Turn the back, pivot on that back foot so that the toes are forward. You're coming up off that heel. Press those hip points up into the sky so that you can comfortably and safely take your left foot back to meet the right and pedal it out so that we can take it to the opposite side. I'm going to turn so you guys can see me more efficiently. Take it to the opposite side. Inhale, lift up through the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Rotate the ankle. Inhale, lengthen through the leg. Exhale, pulling it all the way through, low lunge. Inhale, nice and slow. Use your core energy. Come up into that warrior one posture. And breathe. Drop the back foot down into the earth. Lengthen through the front leg. Cartwheel. Start with the left hand. Follow with the right. Drop that right hand down into the earth. And then the left, framing the foot with both hands. Releasing the forehead towards the knee. Take those deep breaths in this triangle pose. On your next inhalation, kick it forward. Come up on that right foot. Left foot is up in the air. Then we're going to reach forward and kick back with equal opposition if you can. This side's not feeling as stable for me today. If you need to keep those toes grounded into the earth, you can. You can pull it in and kick it out if you want to. Or remain in stillness. Just listen to your body. We're going to drop down on that back foot. Come into that warrior one posture. Bending through the right knee. Cartwheel it down. Start with the left hand. Follow with the right. Plant that right hand to the outside of the right foot. Drop the left hand inside the arch of the right foot. Come up high on the back toes. Press those hips into the sky so you can safely and comfortably take your right leg back to meet the left and pedal it out. Walk those feet back so that you can super slow and safe come into your plank posture. Drop those heels back towards the back wall. Shoulders are stacked on top of the wrist. Nice strong center line of your body. Hold that posture and breathe. On your next exhalation, take your knees into the earth, uncurl the toes, allow them to face down into the earth. Top, bottom of the thigh, top of the thigh, belly, chest, releasing one cheek into the mat. Take a couple deep breaths. We're going to come into our cobra pose after a couple deep breaths. So take those hands so that your fingertips are in alignment with your nipple. Keep your elbows tight towards the body. Press them towards each other. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Then inhale, pressing up into the palms of the hands, drawing those hip points and thighs away from the earth. Take those deep breaths. Keep a gentle bend in your elbows here as you gaze forward. Exhale, slowly release the belly down, gently resting the opposite cheek into the earth, releasing those arms down to the side of the body. Next, we're going to come into our bow pose. So inhale deeply, take your gaze forward, exhale completely. And then on your next inhalation, reach back with your hand to the outside of the left foot and then the right. Draw those knees towards each other. And on your inhalation, you're going to rise up, drawing that chest away from the earth, tops of the thighs away from the earth. And breathe. Exhale, release. Gently resting the opposite cheek down into the earth. Take those hands forward, pressing into the palms. Come up on your hands and knees. Draw your knees towards the edge of the mat. Press the glutes back towards the heels. Stretch those arms out in front of you. for that humble warrior. And just breathe into the body. Inhale, come up onto those hands and knees. Walk the knees forward. Drop the glutes down and towards the earth. Soles of the feet planted into the mat as the knees are bent. Inhale deeply. Exhale super slow with grace and ease, releasing that spine vertebra by vertebra down into the earth. Take a couple deep breaths. Inhale, knees come into the chest. Take a moment to rock side and side. Holding on to just the right leg, inhale, lift up through the left. Exhale, super slow, release that leg all the way down into the earth. Reach out through your right arm. And then take your left hand to the outside of your right knee, pulling it across the body for that supine twist. If it feels safe on the neck, you can gaze over your fingers. I can't stretch my arm out, but if you guys can, go ahead and lengthen through that arm. Only gazing at the fingertips of the right hand if it feels safe on the neck. Untwist the spine. Take the knees into the chest. Rocking forward and backward for a moment. Release that spine down into the earth. Holding on to the left leg this time. Inhale, lift up through the right. Exhale with grace and ease, release it down into the earth. Reaching out through the left arm this time. Right hand comes outside of the left leg and pulls it across the body. Gazing over your left fingertips if it feels safe. Super, super slow and gentle. Untwist the spine. Inhale, knees come to the chest. Releasing the soles of the feet down into the earth. Knees are bent. We're going to take your left or your right leg, and you're going to drape your ankle over the thigh of your left leg. Right knee's bent in that figure 4 position. We're going to take our hands. Your right hand's going to go through the hole of the legs. Left hand's going to come to the outside of the thigh, and you're going to clasp your hands behind that left thigh. Inhale deeply. And then exhale and draw that left thigh towards your chest for that figure 4 stretch. Wherever you start to feel that tension, just pause and breathe, but never pressing into pain, never pressing into tingling or numbness. Just until you feel that gentle stretch. Exhale, release. Uncross those legs on your next inhalation. And then crossing the left leg over the right for that figure four stretch. Left ankle drapes gently or just over that ankle. It's really more towards the shin bone. You're draping that over the right thigh. That figure four, reaching through and around the legs so that you can clasp those hands. Inhale deeply. Exhale, pull it in. If you can pull it a little bit closer, slowly over time, feel free to do so. If not, just stay where you're at and breathe. Exhale, release. Uncross those legs. We're going to place our hands underneath the glutes, under those hip bones, and inhale, lift those feet up towards the sky. Feet are totally flat towards the sky. Legs are long. If you need a gentle bend in those knees, feel free to do so. Legs in the air. Close your eyes. And breathe into your body. Keep that core engaged so that you can keep those legs elevated in the sky. Release those hands out from underneath those hips. Drop the knees in towards the armpits. Hands come to the outside edges of the feet so you can find that happy baby posture. Taking any gentle movement that feels good and comfortable and safe, either rocking side to side or back and forth, kicking out one leg and then the other, or remaining in stillness if you're craving that peace in your practice today. And then taking any postures that you feel like you might need to complete your practice. Or releasing those feet and dropping yourself down into your final Shavasana or corpse pose posture. And breathing into the body. Closing the eyes. Focusing on the interior of your being. Relax. And breathe. You will never be given an idea that you can't fulfill, because that idea chose you as its vessel to usher it into existence through your physical and energetic being. Each of us is an integral part of the greater unfolding tapestry that's continually working towards healing the planet. Our only obligation is to always be true to ourselves and to allow. And so one of the most powerful things you can do right now is to be patient while things are unfolding to you. super slow. Start drawing your attention and your awareness back to your physical body, back to this time and space. Deepening the breath, aware of the body as it responds to the inhalation and exhalation, rising and falling. Taking note of any of the energy that might be moving throughout your being, readjusting, realigning, shifting, opening up to new space, new potential. Begin wiggling the fingers and toes. Wrapping the hands around the wrists or the feet around the ankles. Moving into those gentle stretches. Full body stretch, reaching the arms overhead, pointing the toes in the opposite direction. Deep breaths. Taking those gentle cat stretches or whatever it is you need to come back into this safe space on your mat. Rolling over onto the right side in the fetal position or rocking and rolling upright into a comfortable seated posture. If you found yourself in the fetal position, pressing into the palm of the left hand whenever you're ready, drawing yourself upright into your easy seated posture. So that we can finish our practice today with 3 long Sat Nams. I am truth. Truth is my name. Truth is my identity. Press the palms of those hands together. Tuck those thumbs into your breastbone. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale to begin. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Namaste. The divine light, that great spirit that fills up every cell, every atom, all those spaces in between of my own being, honors that which dances within your own physical and energetic bodies. That beautiful golden thread that connects every single thing that exists in this time and space. I'm so grateful you joined me today. And, if you're having any trouble at all connecting to divinity, being close to source or that higher aspect of your own being, that mantra that I talked about the other day, if you weren't present for our Reiki restorative class, that's been super helpful for me, is Aung Sang Vaheguru. So if you use mantra or you are interested in using mantra, you can always look it up on Spotify or YouTube. But it's Aung, A-N-G, Sang Vahe Guru. And that essentially means that great spirit energy, that divine source energy is dancing in every cell of my being, enlivening that space, fully present within every cell, every atom, all the space in between of my energetic and physical being. And it's a really beautiful way to connect. That connection is what allows for us to be receptive to that divine download of whatever it is that's meant for us to take the action, those manifestation and co-creation abilities that come directly from source, directly from that space. No guessing, no figuring out, no having to wonder if it's right. It just gets directly downloaded. So I hope you guys have an awesome day. I so appreciate you joining me, and I'll look forward to seeing y'all next time.